weird one. That makes you think, Clyde.
Yeah. Hail Satan. Yeah, I hope my parents are going to disown me for that one.
Here's here's another one. Here's a TV evangelist.
Great things for him, and I can do great things today. My friend, it just narrows itself down what he said to Simon Peter, but to see at Galilee, lovest thou me.
Now listen, after you hear this reversal, you're never going to want to go to your local pastor again. He says backwards, my advice is rancid.
My advice is rancid. My advice is rancid. My advice is rancid.
Now, didn't you have a few of like Billy Graham?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, even Billy Graham does not escape reverse speech, and what he says backwards is kind of amazing too.
Here we go.
I'm going to ask that we all bow our heads in prayer.
And the poor Billy Graham, he says backwards, how I bore you.
How I bore you. How I bore you.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Scott.
Obviously, you've had to scour hours and hours worth of audio. How do you know what point to take and try reverse? I mean, just listen all the time and just pick up little things.
Oh yeah, I'm constantly listening. I've been doing this for 24 years now. This is
all right.
Yeah.
It is your birthday, isn't it? Tonight?
It is my birthday.
Oh my God! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
I've got to say, I'm intrigued. I a little shameless self-promotion. Aaron and I do a podcast every week called FilmFeverRadio.com.
Okay.
Hey, Film Fever.
Yeah.
Drunken commentary. Yeah.
But often we interview actors and directors and filmmakers. And a few weeks ago, we got to interview Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
And we've got probably a good hour's worth of material. I'm telling you, I'm going back tonight. I'm going to plug in that interview and listen really hard. It's fascinating. So I got to say, I'm very impressed with the work you've done.
Oh, thank you.
It's very creepy, but impressive as hell. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there somebody else who wants to say something? Oh, Michael Goodspeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Goodspeed, one of the original producers of Ground Zero Radio, and he's featured as a writer on the Jeff Brent's website.
I just wanted to point out that, like if people are going to be doing this, if you want to find good, clear reversals, you have to stick reversing speech that is extemporaneous and highly emotional.
Yeah.
I started doing this around 1999, and I was, in the years that I've spent exploring this, I've actually never found what I think is a clear, valid reversal on a person who is reading from a script. And if skeptics say these are just coincidental sounds, why do you only find these in the extemporaneous speech? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense. But in the extemporaneous emotional speech, it's occurring 100 times more frequently.
Well, one of the examples of what Michael Goodspeed has to say is so true. One of the examples of how extemporaneous speech or emotional speech can produce great reversals was an example of when David was doing a session. He was doing a psychological session with a client, and what had happened is his house caught on fire. This was big news. His house had caught on fire, and so he was tape recording the session. And here's what it sounded like the day David's house caught on fire.
Okay, so you can hear me talking to my client, and then my secretary runs in the room and says, David, the house is on fire. Here we go.
The passengers are set to walk. Yes? What?
Now you can hear the emotion in her voice. Now this is what we call a mirror image reversal, which says almost exactly the same thing backwards. And in reverse she says that the house is on fire, our house is on fire. That's backwards. So here it is forwards. This is the forwards.
What?
And this is the backwards. So, why is she saying the same thing? Well, obviously, the house was on fire, and the emotions were really, really high.
Right, exactly. So, what's inside is coming out. Deep inside of you is the alarm, and it also, like I showed up with the Kennedy one, the emotions were there, and it was basically about a man being shot. It's the same thing. Go ahead, Doug.
I was wondering if, David, did you investigate the Bush-Kerry debates in 2004 or the Bush-Gore debates in 2000?
Yes, in fact, I've got a complete analysis up on my website. If you want to go to reversespeech.com, and there's over 6,000 examples of reversals on there. So yeah, there's a complete analysis of the Bush-Kerry debates up on the site.
He's done many politicians, actually. David has reversed a few of them. He's reversed, in fact, when he was on the Geraldo show, he reversed a lot of Bill Clinton and a lot of his, back when he was being questioned for his sexual escapades and things of that nature. And I guess, I don't know if you can dig some of those reversals out of the archives and blow some dust off of them. But in fact, we have a very interesting one of Bill Clinton tonight that we want to play for you. But go ahead and give us an example of how Bill Clinton is in reverse speech.
Oh, here's a funny one I found on Bill Clinton. This is 2 weeks after the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal broke, and he's in Ireland, and the reporters who reported on Bill Clinton was saying he seemed preoccupied. Something else was on his mind. So anyway, so here's the forwards.
Come on, you all voted for the agreement now, and everything's, basically going in the right direction.
And he says in reverse, they're all boring me, Monica.
They're all boring me, Monica. They're all boring me, Monica.
So you can see what's on his mind.
They're all boring me, Monica.
Tell me, Monica, get me out of here.
But tonight we have a very scary reversal for Halloween from Bill Clinton that David just got a hold of. And David, tell us about this one.
Yeah, this is Bill Clinton campaigning for his wife. Okay, so here it is forwards.
So I have no idea when I'm doing this, but my foundation gives me a platform and an organization to take these things on.
And he says backwards, I am Satan.
I am Satan.
You like that one? Vote for Bill and Hillary.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And so deep inside, these are some metaphors that are running through Bill Clinton, and we've talked about the Clintons and the Bushes, and this isn't politically charged either, because David's been an equal opportunity offender on all sides with several other candidates, and demonstrating that every single one of them have really dark lives and dark souls.
Yeah, this is what George Bush really thinks about the United States Congress. Here we go forward. He's talking about the Congress.
There's time to get all this done. We look forward to working with the members of Congress to get it done. I'll answer a couple of questions starting with Form A of the AP.
Where he actually says forwards, I look forward to working with the members of Congress. It says in reverse, choke the fuckers now.
Choke the fuckers now.
And he did pretty much that. Yeah, I hear the applause. Yeah, that's great. And so a lot of the political. Do you have any other political figures?
I got so many.
Let's hear let's hear about how evil our political figures are.
I know what. Hey, listen. Does anyone want to know what the Skull and Bones Society is all about? Right?
How many want to hear about Skull and Bones?
All right. Okay. Here's John Kerry, and he's being asked about the Skull and Bones. So we'll run this forward.
Skull and Bones, a secret society deal. What does that tell us? Not much, because it's a secret. Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code? I wish there were something secret I could manifest. 322, secret number? There are all kinds of secrets.
And he says in reverse, I am the God who gives you my soul.
I am the God who gives you my soul. I am the God who gives you my soul. I am the God who gives you my soul.
So I think that's telling us some of the secrets behind the Skull and Bones. They see themselves as divine, godlike creatures who are giving their soul to the society, and they all end up in positions of power.
Yeah, they all end up in positions around an owl dressed naked and dancing. Screwy guys. David, what else do you have for us tonight? We were going to get really down and dirty and creepy with some very creepy reversals tonight as we move through the demon